Tainui.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I thank the Minister for seeking the leave of the House that this bill be heard as one question, because I think it would be very difficult to focus on various parts of it without going beyond those parts and talking about other issues which are important to the whole process of settlement. Now, I couldn't help but listen very carefully to Mr. Garrett's contribution to this House. I think he's somewhat confused about what we're talking about this evening. The Waikato Raupatu settlement was about land. It was about land. And that what he also failed to acknowledge that regardless of what happened pre-1995, the Crown did acknowledge that Waikato-Tainui had been dealt with unfairly, and there were good reasons to revisit and settle all land confiscation matters pertaining to Waikato-Tainui. And that was about compensation. This particular bill, Mr. Chair, Waikato-Tainui, Waikato River Settlement Bill, is about reinstatement. And reinstatement of a number of things. It's about the reinstatement of the health of the Waikato River, which is important to all the people of Waikato, and it's also reinstatement of a long-standing relationship. And like David Garrett said, this is a long-standing issue. And when I say the reinstatement of a relationship, you would have heard the saying in this House on many occasions, Waikato taniwha rau, he piko he taniwha, he piko he taniwha. In other words, all the tribes of the Waikato River, wherever there is a bend, there is also a rangatira of Waikato-Tainui. And through the actions of the Crown, the particular relationship that those iwi had with each other and had with their ancestral awa was broken. And the Minister and the Chair acknowledged in the last reading of this, or second reading of this bill, the importance of that relationship. I want to go back to David Garrett to talk about time lapses right from 1865 and forward, and things that were brought up and things that weren't brought up, things that were mentioned or were not mentioned. Reminded of the statement by Sir Robert Kotahi Mahuta in 1975, when he said, "No tātou te awa, no te awa tātou. E kore taia te wehe te iwi o Waikato me te awa, e tāunga tuku iho nā ngā tūpuna. Whakapōnana mātou."
Hey, point of order, David Chair.
I'm genuinely sorry to interrupt, but the translation is not working.
I'll accommodate you for that, yeah.
Right, thank you.
I'll take it will come with my time, I hope, Mr. Chair.
Oh, well, you might get another call if you need it. I'll determine that at the time.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the purpose of the House, this particular relationship we talk about in terms of Waikato-Tainui and the river, and no tātou te awa, we are of the river, and the river is of us. And we can never be separated from our river, Waikato River. It's a treasure handed down to us from our tūpunas. And we are faithful to our tūpunas, and we are faithful to our rivers. What they're saying is that their particular ownership in the farm comes in the form of a responsibility to take care of, a responsibility to ensure the health of, a responsibility to ensure the sharing of, and a responsibility to ensure that the legacy they pass on to future generations is a sound legacy, a legacy that future generations will be proud to receive and take responsibility over. And so, Mr. Speaker, that's what I mean when I talk about this particular bill is about reinstatement, different from that of the Raupatu that the member from the ACT Party referred to. Also interesting, the comments or the statements made in the House by my colleague Nanaia Mahuta and the history of Waikato-Tainui and the contributions that many have made over time and the sentiment, I suppose, that she expressed not only during the second reading speech, but also, Mr. Chair, in a call during the committee stage of this bill about that particular relationship. And what she also mentioned was the fact that when Tainui, or the iwi of Tainui, resisted the actions of the Crown to protect their estates, be what they are, they were branded as rebels. The sort of stigmatisation that no iwi can be proud of. And that being the case, they are seeking more than just reinstatement of the health and of the river. They're also seeking the reinstatement of the integrity, and the Crown apology in this case will be very, very important if it's worded properly. My people of Tauranga Moana, Mr. Chair, joined Waikato-Tainui when they took our bounds and resisted the actions of the Crowns, and they were also branded or stigmatised as rebels. And the Minister and the Chair will have the opportunity to meet with Tauranga Moana iwi to talk about such issues and talk about the relationships that we have with our waterways, with our moana, with our maunga, with our lands, and how important it is for their relationship to be reinstated. And I'm sure that this particular bill will provide the Minister with considerable insight on how to deal with those matters, because he'll find that, as with Tainui, he will also be dealing with the people of immense integrity, the people who want to deal with the issues of the past and put them behind them and move on. But they want to share their development and their triumphs with the people of Tauranga, all of Tauranga, regardless of who they are, regardless of where they come from originally. And so, Mr. Chair, I take this opportunity to make a call and to emphasise the importance of reinstating a relationship that can be defined in Waikato's, Tainui's case in many, many different ways. And so, Mr. Chair, I look forward to the Minister's response to the speeches made this evening, and hopefully he will provide us with some insight into how he will deal with similar matters in the future.